That's okay for everyone? Yeah? Okay. So thank you for being here for my little presentation about exchange to improve teaching skills. So in past December, I went to Singapore to assist the 5th ASEAN Pacific Commission of the International Federation of French Teachers. And to me, that was really an opportunity to meet a lot of different persons with different background, and not only French teacher or foreign language teacher, because what I'm gonna talk about today is not only for French foreign language, but also for English, or to develop different skills in different domains like sociology, geography, history. But I will give more detail little by little. So summary of my experience first. So I was with a lot of different teachers coming from all over the world, and not only from the Asia Pacific area. So it was really, to me, really interesting to talk with a lot of researchers who makes a really great presentation and workshop in order to improve my skill as a teacher, to think about my teaching methods, and to find some ways to reinforce the investment of learners and to make them more active in their learning process. And I was really interested by 3 tools in particular. I already know these tools. I already use some of them in my class since many years. But the way that the different researchers or teachers presented the use of these tools was a little different from what I'm used to do. So I'm gonna share with you today this, and I will ask you, it will be a little interaction, there will be some interaction. So at first, if you can answer, if you can talk, that would be great. That's about a movie, using movie in classroom with students. And if I show you this poster of a French movie named Il a déjà tes yeux, without saying anything, at first, could you tell me what are your impressions and your feelings about this poster and what it could be about, please?
Maybe it's about 2 families, one white and one black, African.
Okay. Someone else want to try to talk, to say something? No? Okay. So this is, I'm gonna show you the movie trailer after, but to me, that's important to not go directly to the movie, because if you do so, mostly if you show only a movie in your class and make a Google form with a lot of reading or watching comprehension questions, some of them will just watch their phone and do anything else during the movie. So it's important to find different ways to enter in the movie and to practice different activities to make some surprises also to the students. And for example, this movie name is, the French name is Il a déjà tes yeux, and in English, if we do translations, that would mean he already got your eyes. That's really something people say to parents when they just have a kid, by just looking to the kid, oh, that's really your kid, because he got your eyes. So here we got a family, and I'm gonna show you the movie trailer. You got some subtitles in English, and as for the poster, if I can have some reaction from you, it would be great. So please feel free to share your reaction about this movie trailer and about what it could be about.
Ça va pas, qu'est-ce qui t'arrive?
J'ai reçu un coup de fil.
Donc, le conseil de famille propose de vous confier un petit garçon. Nous sommes face à un cas assez particulier. Vous étiez plutôt ouvert. Je vous présente Benjamin.
Ousmane, tu crois que j'ai fait assez? J'aurais dû faire, elle m'a fait.
Bonjour maman, faut que je vous dise quelque chose.
Ils t'ont donné un Congolais? Dis-moi juste que mon petit Lamine n'est pas un Congolais.
Je t'ai dit que ça s'appelait Benjamin, maman.
Il s'appelle Lamine. Lamine comme le père de Ousmane, comme le grand-père de Ousmane et comme l'arrière-grand-père de Ousmane. C'est la tradition.
La tradition même ça. Bonjour.
C'est quoi ça?
C'est Benjamin, maman.
Ah, Ousmane! Ousmane! En tout cas, il ne peut pas s'appeler Lamine. J'aurais dû faire une blanquette.
Nous, on s'occupe des enfants, de leur trouver une famille adéquate
pas de faire des expérimentations.
La tradition, c'était quand même de donner un bébé noir à des blancs, quoi. Ils ont fumé quoi, la DAS?
N'oubliez pas, j'ai hâte de rencontrer vos parents. Ça va être un peu compliqué, je pense, avec eux là.
François Hollande. C'est nous qui changeons le monde. La première famille Benetton.
Alors, Benjamin. Oui, la maman n'a pas pu venir?
C'est moi la maman.
Ah oui. Non mais c'est parce qu'il est très mignon. Et puis, vous aussi. On y va. Voilà, c'est mieux. Et ensuite, ce sera à...
Ce sera nous.
Super. Super.
Okay, so if I can you have some reaction from you all? So if you can share your feeling about this movie trailer.
In a way, there was an interesting scene where the white woman assumed the mother of the white baby to be white, right, not black. So maybe this movie is about this racial assumptions in French society or something.
Yeah. So if you want to work with this movie, you can have a lot of different ways to discover it and to use some different activities. And I'm gonna share again my presentation. Okay. And there are several ways to do it. And you got a lot of different ways. You can, as it's in foreign language, you can walk about French skills, comprehension, expression. You can talk, listen. You can write about it also. So you have to. You can walk about different. You can write. You can. Sorry. You can walk on different aspects of different components of the movie, and also work on general skills because you will have also some critical thinking and stuff like that. You can include in your class. You can work also in intercultural, cross-cultural, trans-cultural issues with various activities, and to think about today's society, why it could be always white parents who adopt kids coming from a different country, a different continent. So that's really interesting to me to introduce different thematics and to make react the students also to make them more active. So by using different supports, poster, movie trailer, and watching the movie also during the class or outside the class, you can work on different aspects and improve the investment of your student during your class also. And not only for foreign language, you can also use it with sociology, psychology, philosophy. So you can use different thematic and different domain to work on it. The second tool is a French BD, a bande dessinée, or French comics in English. So French BD are really useful in class, but they are often used like just a one page or a part of the page with 3 slots, and you work on it to make the student complete some text or imagine some writing, some meaning of what they see on the draw. But it's also something from culture and multiculturalism to interculturally, which what Caroline Serpentio presents during his workshop. And you got here 2 different books. I think she presented something like 3 or 4 of them. And the first one, Famille Nombreuse on the right, is the story of a little girl who got a really big family with a lot of sister and brother, and they just come from another country. I'm not sure if it was Iran or Syria, and they come from a different country, and they live in a really, really teeny apartment. So she has to share her life with everybody in the family, and that's not every time easy. And that's something funny because you got the difficulties of being in a new country, to go to a different school, to meet different people, but at the same time to be aware of your own culture and you know where you come from, all the difficulties your parents, your family go through in order to be in France. So that's really something really different to study. And the one on the left, named Culotte, that's like, how can I say that in English? I'm not sure about the name, but you got some strange. And that's only about women, some women who were really important for history, because often that's always a point of view from men's, about history, and we forget a lot of women made a lot of things to improve not only the woman place in the society, but also human being place in the society. And you got different portraits about different women who mark a lot, not only France, but American or world histories. And you can work with these two tools with different way, and with a lot of different personal interest to me, discover a different tool, not often used, as I told you, develop learners' ability or abilities, it could be maybe a plural, like reading, writing, talking about it. And also, you can also make listening activities also, because for Culotte, they made also some animation. So you can, for example, tell the student to read it and to watch it, and then to have reading and listening activities, and then to have some critical thinking about what they see, and to try to compare the two versions of Culotte, and to try to find out the differences between the two. And also work on critical thinking, because that's about, for example, you have a lot of different thematics, like, as I told you, live in different countries, come from immigration, to find his place in the society, for a child coming from abroad, for a woman, for a man, the society. So that's really plenty and full of different aspects that you can work not only for foreign language learning, but also with psychology, philosophy, history, geography. So really plenty of different thematics to study. Then the last but not last, just the last but not last, as Hiro told you, I'm really invest in research and the use of board and card games in my class to practice foreign language, but also to discover different socio-cultural thematics. And when I was in Singapore, one of my teacher made a presentation about this board game, which is a little bit specific, and I will let you watch the video, and I hope you will have some comments at the end of the video. Please feel free to comment after.
Les inégalités.
Les inégalités.
Les inégalités.
L'inégalité. Les inégalités dans le monde.
Les inégalités. Tout le monde en parle. Mais pour les combattre, encore faut-il les comprendre. L'Observatoire des inégalités présente le Monopoly des inégalités. La toute première extension de l'incontournable Monopoly qui transforme le jeu en un outil pédagogique pour sensibiliser aux inégalités. Les règles du jeu ont été remplacées par celles de notre société. Les joueurs issus de catégories sociales les plus défavorisées avanceront moins vite. Certains joueurs commenceront la partie avec un patrimoine et, comme souvent dans la vraie vie, les femmes gagneront moins que les hommes en passant par la case départ.
On ne trouve pas ça très juste.
Toutes les règles sont expliquées et justifiées par des données nationales. L'atelier Monopoly des inégalités a déjà été mis en place dans plusieurs écoles de France, avec le soutien de l'INJEP, l'ANCT et de la ville de Paris.
Dans le jeu, chaque enfant joue un personnage qui ne lui ressemble pas pour pas le stigmatiser, et on essaye de faire en sorte qu'il comprenne que les inégalités ne sont pas une fatalité.
En même temps, justement, ça interpelle sur est-ce que c'est pas la vie quotidienne ? Est-ce qu'il y a vraiment une égalité des chances ? Est-ce qu'on n'est pas finalement tous dans des systèmes qu'il faut déconstruire ?
Je pense que l'initiative du Monopoly des inégalités est juste fantastique, pour la simple raison qu'on peut aborder des sujets extrêmement graves et importants de manière ludique et de manière à donner envie aux jeunes de s'intéresser à la question. C'est super, franchement, bravo.
On est dans un collège avec une énorme disparité sociale. Mais le problème de notre enseignement, c'est que ça reste très abstrait. Et là, le grand blabla devient du concret.
Moi, je trouve que c'est important qu'on parle de ça, car, par exemple, s'il y a des gens qui sont riches, peuvent comprendre la situation dans laquelle sont les autres personnes qui sont pauvres à l'école. Ça montre que la vie, elle n'est pas facile pour tout le monde.
Pour sensibiliser aux inégalités et en parler à l'école ou ailleurs, découvrez la boîte à outils sur notre site. Il est temps de changer les règles du jeu.
Okay, so do you have any comment or reaction? Feel free to, please. Okay, so let's move on. So that's really something different. So because normally everybody goes the same, are the same character, if I say that, the same position at the start of a game like Monopoly. But in this game, you will start with really different position. You will have one dice and not two because you are really poor, and you will have a lot of problem coming out because you are not in a good school, etc., etc. So that's an activity with which is used to not only play but also make some debate about prejudice and explore way of combating inequalities. All these quotes are coming from the website of the Monopoly of Inequalities, and I'm gonna read them really fastly. Like, inequality monopoly invites players to step into the shoe, to be someone else, and to be aware about what this person can feel in his life, in everyday's life, and what could be unfair. Some play, but also some debate. So you can invest the students by making some critical thinking activities, by big talk with the student about this. They can work in group also, and they can also make an essay, a writing skills activity in order to work on their arguments, to construct, to build their argument, their argumentation. So really, really, really interesting. Inform about inequalities and discrimination, because sometimes you don't know what other people are really passing through. So that's really important to make a sensibilization to different thematic and of people who are living in the same society as us, and to engage in reflection and discussion, and to also develop empathy, to be aware that you're not alone in the world and you will be with different people. For myself, I always make two presentations, a presentation of my research and a workshop about the use of game in classroom. So if you want to know more about this, you can ask Hiro my mail and you can contact me. And that was really interesting because mostly the most funny game for the different person who was here during my presentation, during my workshop, was a game with a lot of different materials, like some little board with animals, some little stuff to use, a mask for not seeing what you're doing. That was really funny, and they have a lot of fun when they discovered it. So what I personally learned in Singapore was to study with original tools and different tools, not to use, for example, I love game, but I won't do always game in my class. I try to mix and to have a different type of activities. I think that's really important to create more dynamism in the class and to have less passive learners, and to help them also to develop autonomy and to encourage them to try to read some comics book by themselves, to watch French movie or French drama, because for the students today is really a great period to learn, to discover, because you got some tools like Netflix, Amazon Prime, you got some I can't remember the name of the program, but you can have some Denshi board books, some Denshi books, some so you got plenty of tools that, for example, to my generation when I was students, that was the beginning of internet. So we didn't have a lot of things. Just download an image was taking something like 3 or 4 minutes, and you got some floppy disk, and that was all. So now students got lots of different stuff, and the teacher have to learn how to use it, how to use these tools to improve and to make more dynamic teaching and learning processes, and create a roadmap for the teacher, but also for the student for them to have a plan in order to know from where they come to where they go, and what we're going to do, and what are the expectations, the type of assessment, and what they can do during and after the class also. That's really, really important to me. And I really improved my skills when I was in Singapore, because by talking with a lot of different teachers, I really, normally, for example, I always make some, you make a mistake in French when students are playing, but when people are playing, you can make some comments about the rules, about the game, but not about the French, because if you do so, if you make a mistake in English or in Japanese or in Dutch or whatever, you will cut them. They are really concentrated. They are in the game. If you talk about something which is out of the game, you begin like I don't have the name in English, so you German. So in order to not disturb the student during the game, it's better to make feedback after the game about their mistakes. So help them to build their skills, bring more diversity in the school courses with different type of documents, movie, comics books, games, experiments, going outside, etc., etc. Change tools, not always to be seated, to move, to talk with different person, to be free to move in the classroom also, and not always sitting, because when you are always on a seat, on a chair, the blood is not moving a lot, and then you begin tired and you can't concentrate. So it's important to move a lot and to give them more responsibilities also, and not only to do group work, because if you do only group works, student needs to work alone also. So you have to manage group activities and some activity where the student will do by themselves alone also. So that's really important to manage. Thank you. I'm done. So that was